Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng pera. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo. Todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing giting at tigil. Ateneo, welcome back to Kwentuhang MVP. Coming from your local wannabe songwriter, better known as Dagny. Hey everyone! This is Dagny Yenko, your host for today's Kwentuhang MVP! Woohoo! Kamusta naman enlistment natin, guys? Kaya pa ba? I, for one, got all of my first choice passes. Flex ko lang. Though, to be fair, it was just TO and PE. I cannot believe we are on the last leg of our school year. Parang kailan lang when I first co-hosted the third episode of this show. Tapos ngayon, I'm hosting for the third time on the third episode this 2021. Oh, diba? May swerte tayo today. I am super excited to present to you guys what we have in store for the hour. We're featuring the performing arts. Kaya kumanta kanina, feeling performer. We'll be having segments from the Performing Arts Cluster of COA-M, as well as the premier musical theater organization in the Ateneo Blue Repertory. As always, we are coming to you loud and live from our homes via the Facebook pages of Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM, Ateneo de Manila University, and of course, the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo Manila. You can also stream us via Radyo Katipunan's YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM. We are also coming in via audio streams at any Shoutcast online radio station around the world. So just search for Radyo Katipunan. We are also transmitting via the 87.9 FM frequency, so tune in if you are within the 2-kilometer radius of the Ateneo de Manila campus. So, last week, we embarked on a virtual journey with Loyola Gaming and talked about their organizations, projects, and initiatives that go beyond the play, as well as how the tech and gaming scene has changed in the Philippines and in the Ateneo. We also got a look at the Loyola School's Minecraft server, LS Campus Craft, a massive project that showcased the hard work and talent of builders committed to making an Ateneo campus we can visit while we're actually at home missing it. Aww. So for this week, we're taking a look at the performance and production scene in Ateneo, beginning with the Performing Arts Cluster of the Council of Organizations to get a general overview of how things are going. Please welcome Miss Frankie Ramos of the Performing Arts Cluster.
Hi, Dagny.
Hello,
Oh my
Frankie.
gosh. Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us here today. It's the middle of the sem break, and people are for sure looking forward to enjoying a few Atenean productions while we're not yet stressing over ACADS. But before we get into it, how have you been this sem break? Kamusta naman enlistment? Any plans before school starts?
Honestly, Dagny, it's, first semester has been such a wild ride for all of us. Something we can all agree on. And the past sem break has been, well, a much needed rest at least. I got to catch up on my favorite shows. And ayun, just preparing for one hell of a ride that we're gonna have for second sem. My enlistment has been at least very successful. I mean, I still have to do FFA around, I think that's Feb next week. And it's, I'm getting ready. But so far, all my subjects are pretty good. I'm pretty excited, pretty pumped. So I guess we're starting the sem right,
Nice. Good luck on the FFA. So as we're all excited, let's get to talking about PAC. So what is the Performing Arts Cluster and what are the organizations part of it?
Well, okay, so the Performing Arts Cluster is basically the home of organizations that specialize in dance, music, and theater. So we cultivate spaces for our members to hone their skills in performance, production, and artistic management. Our description specifically states that in striving for excellence, we hope to incite critical thinking and meaningful change through the field of performing arts, and that it is through this that the world is finally brought to life and constantly challenged on and off the stage. So this year we have 4 organizations. We're actually the smallest cluster in COA, and we consist of the Ateneo de Manila College Glee Club, that's ACGC, Ateneo Blue Repertory, which we have with us today and we'll be speaking later, Company of Ateneo Dancers, so that's CADS, and Danghalang Ateneo, which is TA.
Ayun, that's exciting, no? So, how did PAC perform in the first semester? Like, as we all know, it's not very conventional for performing arts organizations to conduct their projects and initiatives online. But I've been seeing promos, no? So, could you detail some of the challenges that you and the organizations have faced during this pandemic?
Wow. Okay, I think I can think of probably 3 really big challenges that PAC faced. So, first and foremost, the online setup. I mean, everyone is struggling with this online setup that we have nowadays, but the organizations under PAC are known for, they're heavily reliant on that face-to-face experience and seeing the art unfold right in front of them, right in front of us. And this was obviously taken away from us at the beginning of the pandemic. So with this, we really had to find a way to translate our craft online. And this was especially hard at the beginning of the school year since we were kind of in the dark. We were trying to take a grasp of what to do, considering that the nature of our organizations is really on that face-to-face experience with people, and rehearsals, it's done on site. How do we do all of these things online? But I think that we're doing well in that aspect, considering that if you take a look at the various projects and initiatives that our organizations have done, they did a lot, and they're all so successful and they're all doing so well, and I'm really proud of them. Like in TA, you have their TA Fest, the first batch. ACGC just had their 100th anniversary concert. I mean, it's their 100th anniversary and they did it online. CADS had their year-end concert. BlueRep is they just wrapped up their newbie production and they're gonna be doing it right now. And I mean, I think that's an accomplishment that we achieved at least for in regards to the online setup at least. Another challenge I can think of is staying relevant. With everything going on nowadays, people are more concerned with their health. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Their loved ones' well-being, their academics, household work, and there's less attention that is going towards the performing arts. So along with this, people also see the performing arts as something superficial and unnecessary, because people think that, mga artista yan, they don't really care about our problems in the world. They're just in their own bubble like that. So, it helps that us as artists, us as people and members of the cluster, we have to try to remain relevant to the times. And what I do know is that our organizations have been, doing a lot of initiatives in order to update their members or just to keep up with the times and make sure that we're not, staying in that bubble at least, and that we're still relevant or not at least not tone deaf to whatever is happening around us nowadays. The last challenge I can think of is, for obvious reasons, member well-being. We know that the nature of performing arts organizations, the way that we conduct our projects, our initiatives, it's very intense, very strenuous. It really takes up a lot of our time or energy. And given the current pandemic, like what I said, people are focused on other things, other important matters. So there's more chance of members being burnt out, being tired, all that. Zoom fatigue, people can only bear to go on Zoom for a very limited number of, time. And it's a very delicate time for us to conduct our projects, considering that there is lack of manpower and lack of energy per se. So, I mean, we know that quality is very important in the performing arts. It's very important, but our members are always the first priority. They should be the first priority. And I know that the performing arts organizations officers are doing whatever they can to assist their members in doing well, in making sure that they're in the right state of mind at least. And I really know that they're doing all that they can, and I really hope that this continues for basically the rest of the year, the rest of the pandemic at least.
Ayun, so I super admire that you've been able to overcome these challenges like face-to-face, yung burnout and so how did you manage to overcome these challenges?
I mean, like what I said with the online setup, I mean, we know that the organization, we're all very different in a way. We have ACGC, they sing, they're a choir. We have two theater orgs, one is a musical theater org, one is a straight play. We have a dance org, and we're all doing our business very different. It's very distinct, but I guess with overcoming these challenges, it just shows that communication is a very important thing. I mean, it is an important thing, but nowadays really very much more important at least. And just ensuring that everyone's doing well, like what I said. Perhaps some of our organizations are still in that state where they're still trying to overcome these challenges. But then what I know for sure is that at the end, it's all becoming better at least. So, and they're being able to produce quality output and look out for their members' well-being. So that's That's one thing, at least. With staying relevant, I know for a fact that some of our organizations are conducting internal initiatives. It's not so much external, since we don't really see a lot of what they're doing, like when you look through their Facebook pages and whatnot. But it helps that they're trying to let their members internally, they're trying to let their members know of like what I said, the various things that have been happening around us, and that each member has a very good political disposition of what's happening. Yeah.
So ayun, that's very nice to know. I love the whole staying relevant thing. And I like to see that there are so many projects and initiatives going on like all over Facebook, IG, Twitter, ganon. So given that we're still pretty unsure of how things are when things will go back to normal, what are the plans that the PAC cluster has moving forward?
Well, moving forward, I mean, I think it's very high. It's highly likely that the first sem of next year will still be online. Unfortunately, very sad. But I do hope that org officers are finding ways to ensure that the next set of officers are well equipped, at least, because I know that I hope, or I guess that it will certainly be a bit easier moving forward. Like what I said, when we first started the school year, we were totally in the dark. Not because we've never had this before. We've never experienced a pandemic, obviously, and like what I said, we don't conduct our activities online that much. The experience is heavily reliant on that face-to-face experience. But what I can say for now is that the cluster is moving forward very strongly, and we have a grasp of what to expect for the incoming months, weeks, or for our incoming projects. And for sure, our organizations have a lot planned. Yeah.
Yon, so since you mentioned that you have a lot planned, I love that you guys aren't giving up. Like, we can still do this on this online setting. So could you share with us some more juicy details, like different productions of our performing arts organizations that we can look forward to this semester?
Thank you for asking. That actually, our PAC organizations have so much planned for the incoming semester. Like, you guys should, maybe you can afford to spend like a little bit of cash and watch some of our projects, our initiatives going on. Okay, I'm gonna say it from my list here. So first we have PA. They have their second batch of Bahay Tanghalan, so that's their TA Fest, and they have episodes that are constantly released. So I think you can check that out on their website. And they also have Password Oedipus Rex coming out this February 22, 25, and 27. So that's pretty near. Maybe you guys would want to take a look at that if you're interested in TA. For CADS, we have PhysiCADS. That's their fundraiser dance classes. So if you want to learn how to dance and help out a great cause, kill two birds with one stone. That's perfect for you. They also have Astro Art, so that's also a series of passion projects that culminate the year. So I'm guessing that will happen probably at the latter part of the semester. For ACGC, we have an Easter concert that will happen in May. So I guess you guys want to take a look at that if you're ever interested, especially seeing their choir. How the heck do they do this online? So want to take a look at that, go ahead. And for lastly, we have BlueRep. So ayun, they have their newbie prod that's having their last show tonight, and they have their another online production called Friction that will be coming out at the latter part of the semester. So yes, we're very busy. They're doing they're doing their best. They're doing all they can, and ayun, you guys have a lot to look forward to.
Wow, Oh, sounds super exciting. I hope our viewers took note of that, in case they're interested. So it's great to see that the performing arts can still thrive despite all these hurdles. So, ayun, lastly, if you would like to promote the organizations and initiatives under PAC, please do. So we'll be taking a deep dive into that BlueRep newbie production that you mentioned earlier. So promote, yeah.
Well, ayun, like the stuff that I just mentioned earlier, I wholeheartedly promote all of those projects and initiatives. Our organizations would really, really, really want your support. We appreciate it, and I hope that the audience can keep the performing arts alive, especially during these times. Get that light into your life.
Ayon, thank you very much, Miss Frankie Ramos, for sharing all of these with us. We can't wait to see all the amazing performances of our PAC organizations this semester. So you may stay for the BlueRep Kwentuhan if you wish. So, speaking of those amazing performances, Frankie mentioned that there's a production from Ateneo Blue Repertory, or BlueRep, that has been making its mark on social media and has been the talk of many. In fact, they have even been featured by Broadway World Philippines, Theater Fans Manila, and Scene PH. Amazing! So, get your popcorn and drinks ready because with us today are more of the amazing and talented people behind the epic BlueRep's newbie production 29th season, Party Worth Crashing! So, without further ado, let us welcome Ticia Almazan, Company Manager, and Stef Contreras, VP for External Relations. Hello, guys! So, thank you for joining us here today, Ticia and Stef. So, if you may, kindly introduce yourselves to our viewers with your name, year and course, position. Okay, let's start with Ticia.
My name is Ticia Almazan. I'm a fourth-year creative writing student, and I'm the company manager of Ateneo Blue Repertory.
What about you, Stef?
Hi, I'm Stef from 3BS Psychology. I'm the VP for External Relations of BlueRep.
Ayan! So, now that let's acquaint ourselves a little bit more. So, how have you guys been this sem break? What have you been up to besides, org work?
I've been mostly just recovering from finals week, which felt like 75% of January. So yes, catching up on all the things I've missed out on, like with K-dramas and all my other interests. Taking guilt-free afternoon naps, which I wasn't able to do before. And yeah, just catching up with friends.
That's so nice. So what about you, Ticia?
Same, actually. Although a lot of my time is preoccupied with BlueRep pa rin. In my free time, I like reading a lot. Like, that's something that I'm glad that I'm able to do now because I wasn't really able to do that during finals week. So, reading a lot and like Steph, like taking a lot of naps. Ganon. Yeah.
Felt. We do love our sleep. Is there anything you wish to do, like specifically before school starts again on the 10th of February?
I want a social media break.
What? VP for External Relations, social media break?
No, because I oversee a lot of those things because BlueRep social media, we've been very active, like on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And I'm required to be available like most of the time. So like a social media break would be nice.
Super valid.
Like I wouldn't, just time for myself.
What about you, Ticia?
What about you, Miss T?
Yeah. I wanna start a K-drama because I haven't watched a K-drama. Like, wala akong pinanood na K-drama ata noong 2020. So parang sobrang sad nun. So I wanna watch like a K-drama before school starts. I know school starts like next week na, pero mga 2 days lang naman tapos na sa K-drama eh. Kasi tuloy-tuloy talaga yun. So yeah, I want to watch a K-drama before school starts.
True. Binge watching just feels so nice.
Yeah.
So, ayun, we have to use our break time wisely, no? To rest. Give ourselves some self-love, self-care. It's okay to take breaks and time to do what we love to do that's not our work. And spend time with our friends and family, though mostly online, instead of just like academics.
Yeah.
So, prepare your to-do list for this break, viewers, because Ateneo Blue Rep's UV production is definitely worth your time. But before we move on with the specifics of the production, let's get to know more about Blue Rep now as an organization. Can you guys tell us more about your organization's mission for both its members and for musical theater?
Well, for our members, it's of course to train them in our 3 competencies, which are performance, production, and theater management. And our sort of tagline or slogan in Blue Rep is "Be anything, be Blue Rep." And so we really want to form holistic members who have at least tried the 3 competencies. So we really encourage that. And then in terms of musical theater naman, of course, our goal is to produce high-quality productions that incite joy and happiness and imagination among our members while communicating a relevant social and political message.
Ayun, we love that. Do you have anything to add, Steph?
Oh, she said everything.
Okay. So, ayun. How often do you guys do productions? Parang there was a bit of a struggle, no? Kasi nga online. So, how often do you guys have productions and how do you conceptualize what the production's gonna be about? It's pretty diverse out there, so we want to know more about that.
Yeah. So, pre-COVID, we usually had 3 productions. The first is to mark the start of the season premiere, which are usually done by like our oldies, the current members of Blue Rep. And then the next one would be the newbie production, where our new members are trained through like their first experience like theater. And then the last one will be the season finale, which marks the end. We have our newbie production, Party Worth Crashing, and then our upcoming season finale, which is Friction. And then as for how we conceptualize our productions, it's like a tedious process of getting there. First, we have to make like our season theme, which if Ticia remembers, was very difficult to form on that very theme. And then we have like a process of show selection where we deliberate on like the shows that we would like to stage.
Ayun, so sounds like a really long process, no?
Yeah.
I admire you guys so much for that. So, speaking of productions, let's talk more about your current one, the newbie production, which is called Kerrigan and Lowdermilk's Party Worth Crashing. So, what's this Party Worth Crashing all about? I hear it everywhere.
Well, it's about a group of students who meet in their org's year-end party. Well, they don't all meet, but then it's about these students in their org's year-end party. And they learn a lot about love, about relationships, about growing up. And it really taps into that introspective vibe, for a lack of a better word. And it's commentary about how we interact with the people around us and how they affect us as individuals. So it speaks to not only college students, but also those who have graduated from college, who still have yet to enter college. I think that there's such a wide array of characters that so many people are represented talaga. And it's such a great thing to see na in, I guess, a universal experience of growing up and coming of age. A lot of people can see themselves in this, again, diverse set of characters.
Ayun, so anything to add, Steph, to that?
Yeah, that's what it is. Basically, everyone, a bunch of 20-somethings.
Mm-hmm.
Ayun, so it sounds like pretty nostalgic.
Where they experience they have to confront their problems. Yeah, it is. It is actually.
Yeah. It sounds so like
Yeah.
pre-COVID times. Tapos parang, yeah. Ayun. So, what should those who are interested to watch it look forward to in the production?
And they can look forward to like seeing a lot of relatable experiences, like what you said earlier, a lot of things that we experienced like pre-quarantine. If I can borrow from our director Rob Tan, during the talkback, he said that it's a reminder of how life used to be for us pre-quarantine, but there's also like it also represents what we can look forward to once this is all over, diba? And of course, you can also look forward to like stellar performances from our cast, along with like an overall well executed production, which we're really proud to have pulled off, especially given the challenges that we face in this online setting.
Ayun, I vouch for that. Like BlueRep, good stuff. So, how was the audience response naman? Like people have been talking about the characters, actors, and performances all over social media. So, how was it?
We definitely like received some good feedback regarding how we were able to pull it off, and yeah, it's amazing how we were able to pull everything off, and like the efforts of our newbies from performance, production, and theater management alike have all been lauded. It's really just amazing that they have made it possible for this to come together. Because like at the start, we were all having our doubts, you know, like would we be able to pull this off? Because it's our first online production. And it's like somewhat bordering on film na. So yeah, it was like a new terrain for us. And then of course, like people have pointed out what we can improve on, which of course we take into account because we'll have another production.
That's nice. So you're building from, this first time experience, and then you're gonna make it like even better. So
Yeah.
since it's already good now, so it's gonna be even better than before. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. But given the online setting now, you guys have been like challenged talaga. How difficult was it to create this production? If we may ask, like what challenges did the organization face, and how do you manage to overcome these?
Well, we had a lot of difficulties, lalo na sa beginning ng production. Kasi first of all, how different it is from an on-site production is that there's no common ground here. Kasi, we're all working from our homes. And when we're working from our homes, we all have different circumstances that can affect the way that we work, both logistically, technically, and personally. So it was, I guess, difficult to find the common ground. And more than that, it was challenging to accept and adjust to the fact that there is no common ground most of the time. And we have to work with what we have, no matter how differently. And we have to learn to accommodate the different, I guess, setups, the different lifestyles that we also have. And given the online setting, also one of our biggest challenges was communication and miscommunication, because it's so easy kasi for things to get buried in the chat or for things to even get buried in the group. And we can't expect everyone to be online like 24/7. So sometimes when there are urgent things that need to be noted or that need to be changed, it ends up getting pushed back, which, like there's parang, once those things are done, the only thing you can do talaga is just accept that they've happened and then see how you can move forward from there. So it's, I guess, hard to say that we overcame them because we still experience these challenges all the time. But what we've learned is how to sort of roll with the punches, like to learn as we go and to, I guess, accept that overcoming these challenges is going to take a while and it's going to take more than just one shot at it. So, yeah.
That's true. So, nakakamiss din yung pwedeng face-to-face, like you guys can just meet up at RMT or Gonzaga or something and you can just plan there. So, there's this parang sort of disconnect din with online, no? Even though we're connected. So, ayun, but thankfully, we can still reach out through these online things. So, can you tell us more about how we can avail of tickets to watch Party Worth Crashing?
Oh, you can get your tickets at tickettome.net and look for Party Worth Crashing for tickets priced at either 250 pesos, 350 pesos, or 550 pesos. in case anyone's curious, what's offered in these packages are the same, but the higher tiers are if you want to support BlueRep on our first online production. Yeah.
Ayun, guys. So you heard that? Ticketstome.net. Party worth crashing. So go support BlueRep. So besides Party Worth Crashing, no, are there any more projects or productions that we can look forward to in the near future?
We actually have two. There's one called Find Your Light, and that's an internal artistic director mentorship program. And we're going to have an external showcase for that. So that's something to look forward to, definitely. It features original work by current BlueRep members, and it's super, super good and super promising. So I hope you look forward to that this coming March. And then in May, we're going to be staging our finale production called Friction. We don't want to reveal too much about it yet, but it's a lot about challenging your idea of reality and imagination and fiction. So look forward to that, definitely.
Okay, sounds good to know. Okay, take note, viewers. We have Find Your Light, and then we're gonna have their season finale. So now that we've heard a lot about BlueRep and your current production, Party Worth Crashing, we'd also like to know more about you as members of BlueRep. So, can you tell us why you chose to join this org, and of course, why you chose to stay?
Okay, I'll go first. In high school, kasi my school did a lot of like theater, so theater was very close to my heart. And then just one day on Facebook, I stumbled upon this video of like the cast members of BlueRep's Rant singing Seasons of Love, and then I was inspired to join the organization. And of course, like I stayed because a lot of what we do is fulfilling. It's just because like when you're working on a production, you don't see the final product yet, but it's just so like satisfying once you see what everyone like worked so hard on.
All right, what about you, Ticia?
Joining BlueRep, that's a story I love telling because I didn't actually expect to like it, because I'm a fan of theater, but I wasn't a fan of like partaking in productions. Like I was a fan of watching theater. And yung interest ko talaga nung first year are clothes kasi. Wala namang fashion org sa Ateneo. So sabi ko, what is the closest org? So sabi ng friend ko, why don't you join a theater org and then go for costumes and makeup? So I did. And I did not enjoy that department. Like it was not for me talaga. It wasn't for me. And there's no shame in that. It wasn't for me. And I discovered that I really love documentations. And that's where I bloomed. That's where I had fun. And then that's how I fell in love with the org, is I guess finding where I belong in. And then once I did find where I belonged in, I really enjoyed working with the people there. I enjoyed the work. And then I found myself signing up for positions kahit na I didn't have to, or kahit na I had a lot on my plate already, because it was genuinely fun. So definitely the members and the work made me stay. And that, until now, like, that's what continues driving me to keep fighting for the org and keep believing in the org.
Ayun. So that's so nice talaga. I know a lot of people who love theater talaga. So it's very inspiring. Also, I love that you touched on the concept of be anything, be BlueRep. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yes.
So ayan, what is the essence naman of musical theater in general for you personally?
I feel like it's just our shared love for the performing arts. Yeah. What about you, T?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a shared love talaga for performing arts. And I guess going on that tangent of shared spaces, wow, called back to a previous production. That was the title of a previous production of ours. I think theater is really a place for empathy. Like whether you're in the audience or whether you're on the stage, theater really has something to offer you in terms of letting yourself see yourself in a way that you're afraid to, or in a way that you never imagined. Oh, so yun. So yun. It's a lot about it's a lot about reflection and introspection and reimagining yourself and who you could be.
Wow,
Yeah.
team.
That's so inspiring. Like I love performing arts is like a way for you to, bear yourself and connect with others
Yeah.
at the same time. So
Yeah,
that's
for
super
sure.
nice. So thank you so much, guys, for this meaningful conversation, Ticia and Steph. We're now giving the floor to you to promote Party Worth Crashing to our audience and anything else you'd wish to promote to them.
Okay, catch our last show for Party Worth Crashing tonight, January 29, at any time in between 8 p.m. to 12 midnight. Buy your tickets now at tickettome.net for 250 pesos, 350 pesos, or 550 pesos. For our next big project, you can look forward to BlueRep's 29th season finale, Friction, and of course, like where we showcase our original work, Find Your Light.
Yan, yay! So, you heard that, guys? Finale today. Get it now. Tickettome.net. So, ayun, Ateneans are truly amazing in their own ways, no? So, we in Kwentuhang MVP are direct witnesses of this, as we have already been with so many Ateneans who each have their own passions, talents, advocacies. So this episode, we got to witness 3 Ateneans whose hearts belong to the performing arts. Ayun, so joining orgs is one way to venture on a journey and do the things we love as we go through our college years. Yay! So, well, to wrap up our show today, we have a little game for our guests. So if Frankie would love to join us for this game. Yay! So, ayun. So, all you girls have to do is to answer our questions with the first thing that comes to your mind. So, this is just a little fast talk. No need to explain. So, ayun. Let's go. First question. Anyone can go first, ah? First question. Favorite character in Party Worth Crashing?
Shane. Kasi simps kaming dalawa.
Oh.
Alam ko walang explanation.
Ay, sorry.
I mean, you guys can explain.
Sorry.
We got some time.
Sorry.
It's okay. No explanation needed, Cal. Yes.
Miggy ako Miggy.
Oh, what about Steph? Favorite character?
Oh, it's Miggy.
Miggy.
Oh, Miggy. Okay. So, ayun, if you guys want to know more of who these characters are, watch, guys. So, ayun, what about favorite song or performance from Party Worth Crashing?
I'd say Freedom.
Mine's 20-something.
5.5 minutes.
So, iba-iba, no? So, if you guys want to catch that.
Very nice.
What about favorite project or production so far? Like in the entire BlueRep?
Theory of Relativity for me.
Yeah. I'd say Carrie, my newbie prod.
Nikki, ano ako sa BlueRep pero bring it on.
Wow.
Hello, bring it on. Yes.
Although, siguro we can also like diverse a bit. What about not BlueRep production para masupport din yung iba?
Oh my gosh, I have amnesia.
Well,
I've
you-
like the Enta plays that I've watched. I just forgot. It's been like 2
Okay lang
years
yan.
or something. Yes.
Mine, talaga, Tanghalang Ateneo's Alpha Kappa Omega is super, super memorable.
Yeah, that also.
Super galing also.
All right, what about you, Frankie?
Not but concert ng Blue. Very good if you're into that kind of music.
All right. So, a few more questions, ano? So, one word to describe your org or cluster. Go.
Eccentric.
Wow!
Centric.
Tama naman eh.
Talented.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm.
How about you, Frankie?
That
All right. So, last question na. So, let's see. What's the most fulfilling thing about being in your organization or your work? So, expound as much as you want here, like get all sentient stuff.
Wow. Who wants to go first?
You, Steph.
Okay.
Oh.
Siguro, my friends in the org. Wait lang. Wala lang. Like, I love being with my friends in the org. They're like a second family apart from like the blockmates that I have. And siguro since like my blockmates are like they have to do with my course and stuff. Being in BlueRep, like with my friends in BlueRep, it's like wala, an escape. Not that I want to escape from my friends in the block, but like you know, it's nice to have like a different set of people also to interact with, because like in BlueRep you get to meet like a lot of different people who happen to share like the same interests as you, and like that's amazing.
Ayun, so that's so nice, no? What about you, Ticia?
For me, it's the learning experience, both that I get to experience and that I get to, what do you call this? Let others experience, I guess. It's really cool to see when there are members who step up to be leaders because they're inspired by the heads that they had or their core counterparts and stuff. So it's really cool to see member growth and development like that. But it's also super fun for me to experience that kind of growth. Because I learned so much from our members talaga. Like, oh my God, like I learned so much from our members and our heads and our newbies and our core, like company core officers and stuff. So I really, really love the learning experience in BlueRep because it's super enriching talaga.
Ayun, so it's so inspiring to see that we can do so much in our orgs. Yeah. What about you, Frankie? It looks like she's having technical difficulties, but she said she'd like to answer the question.
Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yan, hello, okay lang.
For a moment. For me, it's the passion of it all. Wow.
Passion.
Seeing all these artists, all these, you know, diverse, different types of artists come together. And it's not just the people that you see on stage. Like, you see people who are dedicated to the crafts, to this entire thing. And you know, worlds are built. All these, it's so amazing to see that. And wala lang, like, you're creating something out of such a beautiful connection, you know. So, yes.
Ayan, so stellar answers. Pwede na tayong pageant. Ayun. So, yay! Thank you so much, Miss Frankie of COA-M's Performing Arts Cluster, and Ticia and Stef of Ateneo Blue Repertory. We can't wait to witness what the performing arts organizations have to offer for this semester and beyond. I can't wait to go back to campus because I just love seeing them perform on stage talaga. Although online is a pretty good compromise now, guys, so they're still doing really well. So ayun, before we end our episode, we're giving the spotlight to you once again to give some final reminders and promotions or anything you want to share with the audience. Anyone can start.
Ayun. Do you want to do spiel? Sure. Ako na nga lang. So yes, tonight, our last show for Party Worth Crashing. Buy your tickets at tickettome.net for $250, $350, or $550. And look forward to our projects, Find Your Light and Friction. That's all. Thank you for having us.
Ayun. So, wala bang sample naman ng performing dyan?
Okay.
Ang dami niyong talent, guys.
Yes.
Uy, wala.
Can be anything.
Wala. So, walang sample dito. You'll have to buy your tickets.
Okay, guys, buy your tickets daw.
Ayun, buy your tickets to see.
All right. So, again, tickettome.net. So,
yeah,
you guys got that. So, well, that was all for our third Kwentuhang MVP episode for 2021. Thank you once again to our guests and of course to our audience who continue to support Kwentuhang MVP. catch us again next week for more Kwentuhan with our organizations. So, this has been this is Dagny Yenko, your songwriter wannabe. And since walang magpo-perform, ako na lang. Wow! And this has been Kuwentuhang MVP. Yay! Thank you guys! Bye-bye! Happy weekend!